Hello, thank you so much for serving this Sunday, July 10th, 2022 in the kindergarten through 5th grade classroom. I'm going to give you a quick run through of what to expect for the lessons in the two classrooms when you are here. At the beginning, everyone is together, so before the service, we meet at the check-in room to pray as a children's ministry team. When you go back into the classroom, it's the same as we have done in the past, where you will lay out a center activity choice at each table. If you would like, you can wait for the students to arrive and let them pick what centers to set at each table, but that is completely up to you. As they arrive, you are going to check their name on the attendance sheet and have them choose where they want to sit. The attendance sheet is located in the white binder on the white bookcase that is right next to the front door. You're going to check mark their name with a pen when they arrive so that we have an accurate record of who is here in case if we were to need to evacuate for any type of a fire drill or that sort of thing. We need to have an accurate record of who is here for attendance. If you look inside the binder, their names on the left, which I'm covering up because this is on YouTube, and then on the right-hand side, you'll see where the check marks go when they arrive, and then you highlight with orange when they are picked up. So check mark when they arrive, highlight when they are picked up. Also, when they are picked up, you're going to collect their sticker as well as the sticker for the adult that is picking them up and add it to the sticker ball. We are trying to build as big of a sticker ball as we can, so make sure that all the stickers go on this sticker ball. Once attendance has been taken and the kids have had some time in their centers, at around 10:10, you're going to have the students clean up their centers, their table center activity, and choose one student from each table to return the centers to the white bookcase at the front door. And then about 5 minutes later at 10:15, the 3rd through 5th grade students are going to line up at the partition and exit to their classroom on the other side of the partition. At this point, both groups continue to do the same thing, but it is slightly differentiated between the two classrooms. We are on week 2 of our memory verse. So before we write it on the paper, we're going to do the entire verse together, have them echo read it after the teacher, have them do it all together, and then maybe let one student lead the group, someone who already feels really comfortable with the verse. Then you're going to write the missing words on the week 2 part on the board. Seek the things that are above where Christ is, seated at the right hand of God. If you are in the K through 2 classroom, there are a few blanks on the brown piece of paper. If you are in the 3rd through 5th grade classroom, it is nothing but blanks. A good way to keep everyone involved is to have the whole group spell the words as one student is writing a word. And you just choose students to come up and write those words. After the memory verse is done, it is time for prayer. Have the students share prayer requests. As I've said in previous videos, there are a lot of similar prayer requests this summer, lots of boo-boos and scrapes. So we had a great idea shared a few weeks ago, which was to have just everyone raise their hand together if they have a boo-boo or a scrape that needs prayer, and quickly write those names together and then collect prayer requests for other things than boo-boos and scrapes. But once you have all of your prayer requests done, model praying the prayer requests with them together, and then pray through the Lord's Prayer, which is displayed in both classrooms. If you're in K through 2, it is on the wood door. If you are in 3rd through 5th, it is on the dry erase board. Continuing the same thing, both classes are going to be reading story 123, Peter and the Prophet Joel, on pages 246 through 247 in the Gospel Story Bible. Scratch that before I get there. Don't forget that during prayer request time to record their prayer requests in this purple book, we have been writing them down and dating them so that if there is something serious going on with their family, we know that we can check in with parents, see how they're doing, and see if there's anything we can do to help. Then, after prayer request and prayer, is when we are going to move on to the Gospel Story Bible. We are on pages 246, 247, which is getting close to the end. Here we go. Peter and the Prophet Joel. So you're going to read the story. One of you will read the story, ask the questions that are on that page, kind of look at the illustrations together. This is where we differentiate in the two classrooms for the follow-up to this. If you are in K through 2, have the students pass out Bibles so they're working in partners to look up where this story comes from in the Bible, which is in Acts 2, 14 through 36. They can look it up together in groups of 2 or 3, just have them locate it, and then the teacher will read it. If you are in 3rd through 5th grade, the same thing. They can do it independently in a Bible on their own or work in partners or groups of 3, but have them read it out loud together. So then that way they have some practice with it before the teacher reads it out loud to them, so they can become comfortable with the words that are in there, so that they kind of have an idea of what to expect when the teacher is reading it out loud. Now, following reading the verse that matches the story in our Gospel Story Bible is discussion questions. There's only 4 this week. Feel free to dig deeper with them. We just kept it a little bit more simple this week because the last question could lead to some pretty deep discussions. Following the discussion questions, the 2 groups have different activities. If you are in K through 2, you are going to be doing a craft, and this is your craft. It's going to look like this. It has a verse from Isaiah, and you are going to be making that. So all the parts are here, the heart with the verse from Isaiah, and then the arms. So you're going to need to pass out the material boxes, which are right here. Each table has a numbered material box and bucket of crayons. So have one person from each table pick up their material box and bucket of crayons so they can cut it out, glue it together, color it, and read the verse together. If you are in if you are in 3rd through 5th grade, you have 2 activities this week. So your activities, first of all, is they're going to be receiving their own notebooks. There are 20, so there should be extras. So when the kids get their notebook, the first thing they need to do is they need to write their name on here. They're not going to put a school or a grade. They just need to write their name. No school or grade. And then I have 2 buckets of Sharpies. And they can use Sharpies to decorate the front, the inside of the cover, the back inside of the cover, and the back of the composition book. Doing that, they need to understand that the expectation is that it needs to be their favorite verse, something about their relationship with God and Jesus, not anything inappropriate. It needs to be focused on things that we study here together at church. So giving them that expectation, if you see that they're not following the rules, just giving them reminders, and hopefully that won't be an issue. So this week they are just decorating it. We are not going to probably have time to write in it, but we will be decorating it. Then for the activity, it is an object lesson. So the object of this lesson is to help the children understand that prophets could see God's salvation in the future, but didn't get the whole picture. For this lesson, have 2 volunteers hold the sheet up. So there's a white sheet. Hold the sheet up while the teacher shines the flashlight on it from behind, creating a shadow but not revealing the objects. So you have a few different objects here. You have a CD, you have a book, you have a pen. So after creating the shadow, have the class guess what each object is. Then ask them more specific questions, such as, what is the title of the book? What color does the pen write? And instead of, I didn't bring a DVD, I brought a CD. What songs are on the CD? Reveal the answers one at a time. Then have them look up this verse in the Bibles that are in your classroom, 1 Peter 1, 10 through 13, and help them to make the connection between the prophets and themselves, seeing in part but not in full. Now, if there is time, which it's most likely not going to be time, but if there is time, have them open their journal to the first page. They should date it and title it Holy Spirit. They can write things that they would like the Holy Spirit to help them to have courage or discernment with. So these are all the materials that you will need to do decorating the journals and to do the object lesson with the follow-up journal writing if there is time. Now at the end, if there is leftover time at the end, we can bring center activities back out. You can play games. At dismissal, make sure that you are double checking stickers, that kids match stickers from parents. Put all the stickers on the sticker ball and highlight their names. And that is it. Thank you guys so much for serving this week, and we will see you on Sunday.